Yo, what is up, party animals? Sorry I am late. We trying to get these kids to bed, and doesn't always go the way you want it to go, if you know what I mean. So hope you guys are all doing well. Just trying to catch up here. I feel like my seat is really low, so let me just check. There we go. I didn't get a chance to switch my seats out. Usually I switch to my nicer chair for the lives, but gotta do what you gotta do when you're in a rush. Let's see who's in the house. Marco's in the house. What's up, Marco? How's it going? Henry G. What's up, dude? Robert Jones is a new channel member. Shout out to Robert Jones. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you becoming a member. I'm gonna give you some fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. What's up? Let me try to raise this up a little bit without dropping the fucking thing. There we go. And I'm going to switch these chairs. There we go. That's better. Get a little bit of that lumbar support, Need that lumbar. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, man. Rolf, what up, Rolf? How's it going, Rolf? Ground Fog. Sup, Ground Fog. Life Survival EDC, another channel member. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you very much for being a channel member. Kathleen's in the house. Hello, Kathleen. How are you? We got Tom Tomlinson. What's up, Tom Tomlinson? Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Neil McKenzie, also a channel member. Shout out to you, bro. Mikey. What up, Mike? He's been a member for 21 months. Shout out to Mike. Thanks, dude. He says, what's good, everyone? What's good, everyone? What's crack-a-lackin'? Craig Wilkes, what's up? What's up? What's up? Someway in the house. El Cap's in the house, also a channel member. Thank you very much. And a moderator. Jacob. What up, Jacob? Bill Doyle. What's up, Bill? How's it going, dude? Thanks for stopping by. Brian White, channel member, says, hey, Kev. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you for the hey, Kev, and the support. Appreciate you, man. Sharp Obsession, Big Jim. What's up, Big Jim? How you doing, man? Kelly's Mishmash, also in the house. What up, Kelly? Also a channel member. So is Big Jim. Thank you both for your support. Appreciate you guys. We're catching up slowly but surely. Catching up here. We'll catch up, and then we'll totally be off track the rest of the live stream, but that's okay. Jim Miller, what's up, Jimmy? What up, Jimmy boy? Channel member for 30 dang months. What's up? What's up, dog? Let's see. All right, hey, look at that. I caught up. Huh? Pretty nice, right? All right, so today on the channel, I had to scramble to get videos up because last night I got tied up after putting my kids to bed with building an AR-15 upper and spent all night doing that, trying to get it right. So I didn't get a chance to film anything. And then obviously I worked today and I was trying to squeeze in a video. So I filmed a couple videos on Rosecraft blades. They are discontinuing all of their modern folders, which is good for us. Good for us because they're cheap as dirt right now. Some of them are like $30. And they sent me a bunch of them. I picked out a few models that I thought looked okay. And they sent me, in most cases, they sent me at least 2 of each. And so I made the videos real quick this afternoon. I did 2 videos, 4 knives in each video. So if you want to check out the Rosecraft modern folders, you can do that. And then I'm going to give away the extras. So I'm sending one set to pass around, assuming the guys want to check them out. And then the other set here, I'm going to give away tonight. So I have 6 knives from Rosecraft Blades to give away. So shout out to them. I appreciate that. They provided those. I did put a link up here, the QR code up in the corner there. That takes you to their modern folders if you want to check them out yourself. You can use the code Lefty10. It should take another 10% off. And yeah, so that's kind of the game plan tonight. I'm going to hopefully remember about these and, you know, give them away as we go. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do like sets of 2 so I don't have to ship 6 packages. I don't really want to. So I might do 3 giveaways, and you get 2 knives in each giveaway. Let me know what you guys think. Tom Tomlinson says it's odd to coupon cannot be applied because it does not exist. Oh, so maybe they never added it. In that case, just try somebody else's code. I don't care. Try Knives Fast. I think he has a code. He told me he created the code. Let me double check it. I was wondering if maybe you couldn't stack them up, but I thought you could. He said you now have try all caps. Try all caps. Lefty 10 in all caps. That might be the issue. Because he says you now have a 10% discount code on our site, Lefty 10. That's pretty much it. So I can, of course, try it. Maybe sale items you can't use a discount code. A lot of places. Yeah, I agree, but why would he give me the code then? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense, in my opinion. Let's see. Let me share this, and we can figure it out together. So what you want to do is go to this tab for Modern Knives. That's the one I linked in the QR code. So just scan that with your phone if you're watching on your TV or something. And then like some of these are still like $47 or whatever, but like look at this one, $26, $29. And I mean, they come with AR RPM 9, which is, I mean, it's decent steel. Like I said in my videos, I actually prefer AR RPM 9 over like Nitro V or 14C. I wouldn't take it over 154 CM, but for these price points, you know, Nitro V, 14C, these companies are usually charging, you know, at least $60 for that, up to like 80, you know. So let me just add one of these to the cart. Hopefully it doesn't somehow have my address in here. Let's see. Nope, don't see anything. Try all caps. Lefty 10, apply. Cannot be applied, does not exist. So yeah, I don't know. Let's try this one. There you go. It worked. So just use the code Knives Fast. There's no commission on this, so it doesn't matter. I'll just tell Andy that anybody using that code was me. I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so you can use the code, but hold on. So I don't actually see the discount though, which is interesting. Customer Match Zone USA. It says it was applied, but I don't see a discount. So maybe it doesn't do anything anyway, which is kind of silly. Let me just stop sharing. I don't want to, in case it has my address or something. Yeah, that doesn't seem to actually take anything off. So, and you're paying $10 for shipping, by the way. So those are a couple things I was not aware of, but they're still dirt cheap. I mean, $39 out the door. It's still fine with me. But anyway, you guys have a chance to win a bunch of them, so you could just wait for that too. Divo mug is a better deal than the Rosecraft. Dude, that Divo mug, the Divo mugs are sick, by the way. If you guys haven't checked out the Divo mugs, you should. I think some people think that it's just another, we just slapped our logo onto a mug or whatever. These are handcrafted mugs out of Minnesota by Deneen Pottery. They're microwave safe. They're dishwasher safe. They have what do you call that logo? It's like an emblem. And we did a couple different designs and different colors. So check them out. If any of you guys ordered one, let me know if you got it safe and sound. So far, I only had one broken one, hoping nobody else gets a broken one. I tried to pack them really well, but I am not an expert mug packer. I'm more of a fudge packer, I don't have that mud packaging down. Let me see. I think I saw somebody in here. I think I saw my boy Stevie at some point. Did I see Stevie? Maybe I'm seeing shit. Oh, there he is. Stevie. What's up, dog? Welcome, dude. Good to see you, man. Oh, there it is. I knew I saw something. 4 freaking years. Hell yeah, dude. That is insane. I was thinking about it the other day because your favorite knife designer, Leon Ma, sent me this Cuff 3.5, which is fantastic, by the way. But I was thinking about when I used to when I reviewed the Cuff 3.0, the Cuff 4, the Field Duty EDC, when I was reviewing a bunch of his stuff. By the way, this thing, when it fires out, it sounds amazing. Try to not slit my throat. Oh, it just sounds so good. But I was thinking about that, and that was like 5 years ago at this point. It's crazy how time flies, man. But anyway, thanks for coming by, Stevie. Appreciate that, man. Dylan Mallory in the house. What's up? I gotta get Stevie on the live stream at some point. I haven't caught up with Stevie in so long. You should come on sometime, dude. I don't know. Do you still do live streams? I don't know what you're up to these days. I don't really keep up with knife YouTube anymore. Let's see. Paul Mills, what's up, dude? Also a channel member. So is Stevie. Oh yeah, I mentioned that. 48 months. Let me give Stevie the fireworks. Sorry, Paul. These are for Stevie. All right. I'll give you some balloons. How do I give him balloons? What do you do for balloons? No, that's not it. There you go, Paul. I got you some balloons, dude. Thank you. Felt bad there. Wyvern Kodiak, what up? What's good? Not much. Oh, I did get some samples from Ramet. These are the updated benders. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but I was talking to Ramet and trying to get them to pick up the bender as a licensed project from us, and they did. So these are the updated prototypes. So I have them in here. I'll open those up tonight. So I got the new benders, which means hopefully those will be coming out from Ramet sooner rather than later. If anybody was waiting on that model from us, there you go. Let's see. We talked about the coupon thing. Yep. Yeah, you could try the other codes, but it doesn't seem to do anything anyway. Grady's Gear. What up, Chris? Chris into his house. What's up, dude? Good to see you too. The duck boy be in the house. Does anything make sense anymore? Nope. I was trying to pick up the Easton. Well, you can still pick it up. I mean, that 10% code would feasibly save you like $4. So yeah, I wouldn't let that make it or break it. The $10 shipping though, that is annoying. Nobody wants to pay $10 for shipping. Then again, we have a shipping, on our website, you got to pay $8. Well, you could pay $8 for UPS ground. And then if you have a ground advantage USPS option that's cheaper, you can choose that too. So some people, I think, just pay like $4 or $5, something like that, for shipping. And then if you buy a knife that's like $250, I think, if you spend $250, then it's free shipping. Maybe it's $200. I don't remember, but that's how we have it set up. I noticed Numb Knives is doing a few blue Anno N1s. Yeah, so I'm actually carrying my Cornerstone today, my DLC one that I bought. This thing is sick. I was thinking once I get that other one back, maybe I would do a little reverse tux and then a tux, I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, he said he's doing some Anno on extras, and he's gonna put those on the website. So that's pretty dang cool. He also got a mug. He was showing off his Divo mug today. Ace on Knives, what's up? Took me a second there. I was looking at your name and I was like, Aceon Knives. Leon, hell no. So Stevie had an interesting interaction with Leon when the field duty, what were those called? Were they 3.5s? Is that what it was called? Field duty 3.5 or something? He got the burlap one, and then he got like the wrong COA, or something happened, and the burlap was messed up. It was like a whole mess, and I think like he had to pay to ship it back or whatever. And yeah, Stevie is the wrong guy to fuck around with on customer service. If Stevie ever hit me up with a problem, I'd just be like, I'm sending you a free knife, free replacement. I would not want him on my ass fucking trolling me for the rest of my life because I didn't want to pay for shipping. Blue Anno on more than the hardware and pocket. So I know he can do Anno on the entire, like the scales. And he actually showed me an example of one he did. He made one for his wife. So I know he can do it, and he probably will sell some on his site that are fully anode. I think he's still like practicing or learning. I don't know. You got to ask him, but yeah, definitely possible. Stevie does live stream. Okay, I figured he still did. I never get notifications about other people in the knife world. It's probably because I mostly just watch gun stuff now and political stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still subscribed to a bunch of knife channels. Let me look up said Stevie here. So it says I'm subscribed. Like I'm subscribed, but I never get notifications. Let me see the last video he did. Yeah, 5 days ago. So is he just doing live streams? Well, this is 5 days ago and then 2 months. So maybe it's just he's, and then under shorts he has 2. Or he has 2 days ago and then 3 years ago. That's pretty funny. So anyway. But yeah, I didn't get any notifications about that. See, if I go to my homepage, all I see is gun stuff. Let's see. Replicant EDC in the house. What's up, dude? It's cracking, man. What's cracking, son? 99 Blackbird. 99 Blackbirds and a bitch ain't one. Sup? Let me see here. How far behind am I? Who knows? Ryan and Wayland. 22 fucking months, dude. Is there fireworks for you? Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I don't know if I saw Marceau in here. Is Marceau in here? I don't know if I showed this last week. I may have. I've been carrying this for like a week now. This is the Dawson Machine Craft or Machine. Yeah, Dawson Machine Craft. And this is the Strata Slimmer. This is a 10440. This is the greatest 10440 flashlight ever made. And you guys, if you've been with the channel long enough, you know I went through a phase where all I would carry was the CWF Micro Click. And that was like my favorite flashlight in the world. And I was defending reverse clickies and all this shit. And then I got into, 14500 and 18350 lights. And then I came back around to 14500 and kind of stuck there. So this is my favorite flashlight. This is the Dawson Machine Craft Mellini Slim. But this is a 14500. So the difference, as you can see, is pretty substantial. Now, obviously, the batteries are also a substantial difference. And, this has, what is it? 12. Almost dropped that sucker. This one is 1,000 milliamp hours, where the 10440s are usually like 300, right? These are usually 300. You can see how small it is. It's like a AAA size. High drain, rechargeable, 320 milliamp hours, 3 amp max continuous discharge rate. Where I buy these, the purple ones in here, I buy those because they have a high max continuous discharge rate of 10. And that, because of that, you can hit like 1500 lumens or maybe a little bit more with that guy. But this thing, it gets fucking bright. I need to record my video and do the beam shot video outside. But this thing is impressive for the size. I have not felt undergunned with this all week. So, and it's very slim. It's a really nice one in the pocket, especially if you need something that's not so bulky. This is definitely a good one to have. I think this might be a good combination to have both. Although I probably, ultimately would stick with this just because of the battery life. And, you're going to get a little bit more juice. And I like the, let me see, I'll put this one on the brightest setting. And then this one. Yeah, you're definitely getting more out of the 14500 for sure. But this feels way more powerful than the CWF version. Even though I think they have the same driver. They both have an FET driver, although I think the MicroClick has the drag, like his version of it, which maybe is why maybe he calms it down so it only has 500 lumens, where this one will let it crank up a little more. But that feels like it's 800, 1,000 lumens. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but very nice. Very nice is what I'll say. Great EDC light to have as a backup, or when you need something a little bit smaller. So that's my spiel on that flashlight. I got to knock out the video, but I'm loving it. You might call you a crackhead. Well, here's the thing. Somebody said that in the video I made. Somebody left a comment saying, I'll never support him because of what he did to Jared. And my thoughts on that is, yes, that was fucked up. Of course, that was fucked up. But he did admit he made a video and apologized. Like, you got to give him more credit than 99% of other people these days. It seems like nobody takes accountability for anything these days. I think the story is he was drunk and, he was just pissed off because he was having QC issues with the knife. And, he happened to take it out on Jared because Jared, didn't take it easy on the knife. He certainly didn't hammer it either. But he pointed out the flaws, of course. And, he went after him, which was fucked up. But he did make an apology video. So, like, at some point, we got to just let bygones be bygones. Are we going to make the guy suffer the rest of his life because of it? He designs cool shit. He hasn't done anything fucked up since then. I'll give him another chance. I definitely wouldn't pre-order a knife from him, but I think he learned that lesson too. He's not even doing pre-orders. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. What the fuck is this thing? It is like weird angled mustache hair. Looks like a fucking mole from over here. Bummer, I never even got an alert. Well, we just started. I'm not sure what you mean, Jesse. Picked up an Arcade Pro and Arcade from Blade HQ, whatnot on bid deals. Did okay. Nice, dude. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Let me see if I can catch up again because I'm now behind 10 minutes again, as usual. Flashlight. Well, you guys didn't want to talk about flashlights? I don't really make content anymore. Okay, there you go. You just do the occasional live stream or whatever. I like that, dude. Yeah, guns and politics. What could go wrong? Well, I don't combine them. They're just two things I'm very interested in, I like to be up on current events and shit. I would show you, Bill, but as I mentioned before to you, I don't have any. They're on the way. White Mountain Knives is sending them to me. So yeah, if you guys aren't aware, the Growler XL is dropping at White Mountain Knives on the 20th. So that happens to be the first of the Divo dominoes to drop. We have a few models kind of up in the air right now because of fucking weird shipping and tariffs and all this bullshit. And the Growler XL was the first one for the full run to get to somebody, okay? So the Saloon, we have half of them, but we're waiting on the other half. I don't know why Kubi did it, but they shipped half of them by sea, and then they shipped half of them by air 2 weeks later. We got the air shipment already, and we're still waiting for the sea shipment. It came into port in the U.S. like on the 20th of October, and apparently it's supposed to clear customs early this month. We'll see if that happens, but we're waiting on those to come in so we can, get them out to the dealers and shit. So we can't do a drop until then. We sent some of them out, like Blade Binge has theirs, Freight and Luck is getting theirs, Blade City has theirs. Those, we had all of them. So we were able to, Colin was able to QC them and get them sent out. So I think they're standing by for a drop with all the dealers. But, like Freight and Lock might have it in their store, or they're doing like an event tomorrow. They might have some if they got them in time. And I don't know if Blade City is going to do any, they're going to sell any of theirs on Whatnot, but you shouldn't see any of them on any websites until we get all of them. But anyway, the Growler XL is in and dropping on the 20th. We have a bunch of different versions, all different finishes. I mean, we're talking from G10 Stonewash all the way to reverse tux with polished DLC. I mean, we have all that and everything in the middle. Camo carbon with belt satin, camo carbon with DLC belt satin. We have ones with copper accents. We have ones with brass accents. We have different camo carbons this time. So we do have the purple as usual. We have 80s as usual, but we do have a Damtanium version. It might be my favorite version. So we're doing Damtanium with belt satin. And then I went with Blurple accents because the Damtanium is like purple and blue. So I went with Blurple thinking it would maybe work, and it looks fucking sick. And these knives are ginormous. Like, it's a 9 1/4 inch knife, 4-inch blade, 5-inch handle. It's a big boy. So hopefully you guys are ready for it. We're ready for it. They have the listings up on White Mountain Knives. They are all in 154 CM. The 10% discount codes apply. And like the prices vary just like the finishes. So the G10 one is $140. If you use the discount, it's $125 out the door at White Mountain. The DLC polish with titanium is $199. Use a code, it's $180 out the door. And then the ones in the middle are like $165, $175, something like that. Use a code, somewhere around $150, something like that. So lots of options on the Growler XL. And yeah, I think it's a sweet knife. And the Growler in enormous form is like an unbelievable cutter because it's so big. 4-inch blade that's like this tall, flat ground. Flat ground blade, so it's a slicey biznatch. On the Edge EDC has become a channel member. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man. I gotta get something to drink here. We've been sick for a week or so. It's like on and off all the time because of the kids, It's not an Olight, dude. I do have a pretty sick Olight over here. It is a monster. But I don't think it's out yet. I don't think I could show it. Great. Now I have to make sure I don't have a pocket pussy in my work Amazon account. You guys and your fleshlights, man. Runtime sucks. On what? On this? Or on 10440? So I haven't charged this yet, and I've been carrying it for a week. Now, I don't really have stretches where I need a flashlight for like 20 minutes or something. Usually the longest I need a light is I'll put a light on like the second setting and I'll read a book to my kid, and maybe 20 minutes I'll have it on. And for the most part, I'm just spotting shit, I'm so used to the forward clicky. So, or I'll have it on moonlight mode for like 15 minutes while I'm getting ready before bed. I don't want to wake my wife up. I'll use moonlight mode, but that doesn't use a ton of juice. So I could definitely get away with this battery. It probably will need to be charged after a couple weeks where I forget how long I go without charging these, the 14500 lights. Sometimes it's like a month or so. maybe, I don't even know, maybe longer. And then eventually I just go, how much battery I got left? And I'll charge the thing. And sometimes it still has like 3 bars. Sometimes it has 1. It's just random. Depends on what I was doing with it. Hey, Kev, are those blue anno cornerstones a regular one with blue clip and hardware, or is he doing a full blue anno? Yeah, I think he's going to do both. I don't know. You got to ask him, I guess. Hit him up on Instagram. Or Nick, if you see this live, definitely let people know. But I think he's going to try different stuff. So forward clicky is huge factor. Yeah, I agree. I used to be a big advocate for reverse clicky, but I don't know what I'd do without. I love forward clicky now. And I love the McClicky switch. The McClicky switch is the best. I like big flashlights. I got one at Menards that's supposed to be 100K lumens. I don't know, but the sucker is bright. Yeah, there's no way Menards has a 100,000 lumen light, but I'm sure it's still bright though. Yeah, they're not cheap. They are expensive, these lights. You know, like this one was 400 or 450. I can look up the slimmer. I never actually. I'm guessing it's in the same ballpark. They're not cheap, but you know, he makes all the titanium parts in-house. You know, so he's doing a lot of work basically. Here, the one I have is 400. So yeah, it's definitely not cheap. And then he has a clean slimmer. Ooh, that looks nice too. You can get aluminum for $285, but you know, I like having titanium. That one's $445 because it's got the extra, you know, coatings and shit. But if I'm gonna spend $400, dude, I'm going for the slim models. You know, I want the slim. I do like that he has these models now where you can do. They come in different sizes, but you can buy like different tubes and kind of like you can make it an 18650. What's that one called? The Comet. So right here, he has one that you can do 18350, 18500, which I think is a super underrated battery, 18500, because it's not as huge as an 18650, but it's not as short and stubby as an 18350. I think the 500 is the sweet spot, honestly. But you know, people aren't that into it, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, you can get this light in all 3 kinds. And then they even has single emitter and triple emitter for each one as well. And I think you can buy because the head will fit on any of them, I think. You just are buying the rest of the body. So you buy that and you buy some batteries and then you have different sizes, which is cool. Tail switch glow ray. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that the thing that goes around the tail switch button you can get in a glow, and then that's interesting. The problem I have with all of that shit, you know, they sell like glow buttons and shit. It's on the back of the flashlight. So like how you gonna light it up? The flash, you know, the light is up here. So you gotta like use another light to it just seems kind of retarded to me. He's got custom finishes. I mean, he's got a ton of shit on here now. He's been fucking working, dude. This one looks slick too. Very cool stuff. Definitely a big fan of Dawson Machine Crap. I have this shirt actually. Does he have a gray one now? I would buy that. I love that fucking shirt. Nah, it's all sold out. All the normal sizes. Oh, it's brown. I'm all about knife and EDC and gun shirts. So anyway, that's Dawson. If you got the money and you're trying to get a custom flashlight, just get a Dawson. Pick the one you like the most. He's the way to go, in my opinion. I think he makes the best, like, performance in a custom flashlight and they're just as sexy as a lot of other ones. He's got unique designs where a lot of companies, they all look the fucking same. Um, you know, I love my torches, especially this time of year. Yeah. Yeah, I always get more into it when it gets to like when daylight savings is over. I think it's over, right? It's not. I think we just Yeah, I think daylight savings is now off or whatever. It's retarded. I don't know how to say that, but it sucks, dude. It's so dark, so early. I hate it. It's just not, it's like not healthy for me. I feel like I get like depressed when this time of year comes around. Just got to keep them away from the kids because my daughter's boyfriend had third-degree burns. Yeah, you might want to be careful, dude. That's why I have like an electronic lock on my office door, even though my daughter has been trying to figure out the code. They just shipped actually, but I think they shipped by sea, so they're gonna take a while. Hopefully, we can drop those for Christmas. That would be ideal if we could do like a Christmas-ish time drop for the Lush V2. But yeah, I'm hoping that we get the Saloon in after the Growler XL. If everything works out, it would be Growler XL on the 20th, and then Saloon would be like early December, and then Lush would be end of December. And we'll throw the bit driver in at some point. I'm getting there with those. I got all the labels on the driver only ones. I got to get them on the big tubes, and then I got to put them all together. It's the whole thing. Yeah, I did sell all my Henkos, and I love Henko. Jeff's a great dude. He makes an amazing product. It just, I don't know. It can be difficult for me to hang on to stuff that expensive when, I am, for the most part, my existence is reviewing stuff. So, like, it's always coming through. I'm always getting more, like it kind of sucks at times because you don't really get to appreciate anything. And I turn every hobby into a job. So like I got into fidgets and then I started reviewing fidgets. I got into flashlights. I started reviewing flashlights. I've gotten into guns now. I've started reviewing guns. Um, Obviously knives is always a constant. That's like the one that doesn't go anywhere or change. I just always love knives, but I review knives and now I have a knife company. Like I just turn everything into a job for some reason. So, um like pocket knives, I can't keep any knives that are over a few $100 because I just look at them and I'm like, that's $500 that I could have in my bank account, in my savings account, or that could be money for me to buy the next gun or knife or flashlight or whatever, you know. Or in the case of the flashlights, I sold all of my custom lights except for like two. And I did that last spring. I think it was last spring to help pay for the deck we built. So like I had like 15, 20 grand in custom flashlights that I had bought. I paid for every single one of them. And I sold most of them, and then I used that money to build the deck instead of taking money out of savings. Just seemed to make sense. Like, why do I have all this? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Which reminds me, I need to sell some of the pew-pews, That's harder, though. We got all three of Jared's knives, some of my favorites. Nice, dude. I really like the misdemeanor. That's the one that stands out to me as the misdemeanor. I like that one. I need a mini misdemeanor, which would be a minor misdemeanor. I literally set up the marketing for him. Minor misdemeanor. Get it done. Is it a tick? This thing? No, it's not a tick. Is that how far behind I am? Fuck, dude. Oh, yeah, they probably were letting it go, but Spyderco probably cracked down on him. Benchmade. They probably like cracked down on him and he had to change it, you know? That's what happens, you know? 179 for 154 CM. I mean, we got to charge what we got to charge. I mean, we base it on what we pay. Like, it is what it is. It's a fucking enormous knife. Like, it costs more to make that knife because it's just sheerly big. Normally, I would say having a larger knife does not cost more because a lot of people use that excuse. But people are talking about like a 3.5-inch knife or whatever. Like, they're not talking about a 9.25-inch knife that's like this fucking tall. The absolute chunks of camo carbon and titanium used, you know, you got to just think about the difference in doing like a belt satin on this and doing a belt satin on a blade, you know, this big. Same thing with slabs of camo carbon. It just adds a little bit here and there. And so we also did not really spare any expense when it came to the finishes and the choices we made. Like, you know, we went with like copper pivot collars, backspacer. And then, you know, we have a few different DLC models. I think the ones that are over the ones that are over like 160 are all DLC. It's just because DLC is fucking expensive. They charge us an arm and a leg for it, but it's like we have the option for DLC. So like I'm not going to do PVD if I have the option for DLC. Like, it costs more, but it's better. Like, it's just objectively way better. So we kind of have to use it unless a dealer like wants to do PVD. We have some of that stuff coming, but you don't have to get the $179 knife. You can get the one that's $125 out the door if you want. If you want it to be as cheap as possible, there you go. You know, so there's plenty of options, basically. Yeah, the damn titanium one looks amazing. By the way, there's 50 of each version. So we didn't do like 100 purple ones and 50 of this and 200 of, you know, this. We did 50 of each version. So it is what it is. I think that's enough knives because I honestly have no idea how a huge knife is gonna go. I don't know if you guys will even buy a giant knife. You guys asked for a bigger knife from us, so we went big. We went 4 inches and fucking go big or go home is the way I think about it. So if you guys don't buy this one, then we'll probably won't do an XL model again. If you buy it, then we'll keep it in the rotation. We're already working on a XL tall boy. So if this goes well, then we know we can go ahead and do the big boy, I call it. Nope, I don't sell any knives. Yo, Matt, what's up, dude? He's a local guy. What's good, bro? Happy you're killing it these days with Divo. You still into spinner? Saw the beginning about flashlights. Just wondering. I have I have one or two that sit on my desk, but I don't like buy them or hunt them down or anything. I have a Cap EDC, I think it's called a Tri-Cell. And then I have one that came from Geeone.com. It's like fuck is that thing called? I forget what it's called, but it's like it's from Zach's Lab. It's not very expensive, I don't think. And it's like a little titanium skeletonized one. It's really nice. But no, I'm not really like into them. I just, I spin them at my desk when I work, and that's about it. I still like them though. What up, Ed? He's going to bed. All right. Shout out to Ed. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Fifth pocket carry, yeah, for sure. 3 years, yeah, dude. 33 months. Shout out to Jesse. Fireworks, baby. I know you're into utility blades, dude. Did you check out my quiet carry video? They have a really cool system on that one. Very cool. Okay. Oh, I have it right here. This is called the plank. Utility blades, right-handed, but you could use it left-handed. You just have to, do that, and then, but you can get full blade, or you can, you can go 2/3, 1/3, closed, and then you can lock it closed. And it's got little detent balls on the back of the mechanism or whatever, so you can. Wait, is this like stuck now? Oh, there it goes. So it's super smooth. It's really nice. I did a disassembly of it if you want to check it out, but that's the plank from Quiet Carry. It's got a wire clip, which is nice. And they're like $60, $65. Yo, what up, Ian? Good to see you, man. You and the voltmeter thing, dude. I just charge it, Marcel. If I'm near the charger, I just charge it and grab a new battery. Like, why not? I don't care if it's still got half battery, I haven't had any issue doing that. And I have to say that I enjoy this channel. Awesome, man. Thank you. The Olight Arcfelds have great battery life as well. Yeah. I do have I have the Arc Pros. I just don't think I can show them to you guys yet. I don't think they've launched those or whatever. But they're sweet. The Arc Pros are sweet. I will say though, I want to see them make like just a really good one with just a single light, or maybe a throw light and a floodlight, and that's it. I don't need the fucking UV. I don't need the laser. Like, I don't need it to brew me coffee in the morning, I don't need it to iron my shirt. I just think it'd be cool to have like a even smaller, slimmer one that just has a flood and a throw light. I think that would be pretty slick. Be pretty slick. Rolf is a new channel member. Shout out to Rolf. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you, man. CR123 battery will work as backup for 16340 or 18350. 18500 is not odd size. Yeah, but who cares about that? And I don't know. Will a CR123 work in any 16340? I mean, you're talking about. I mean, maybe it would. Are they 3.7 volt or whatever? I guess they're more than a standard alkaline. I don't know, but see, I've never thought about that because who the fuck, like, 16340 is a really weird size. You know, if somebody made a light that was actually like sized for it, I think that'd be cool. But for the most part, in the custom light world, when you see a 16340, it's an 18350 size light that somebody needed to use more thickness on, right? Like on the Citadel, he has like super thick titanium with this milling on it, so he couldn't fit an 18350 without making it fat as fuck. That's why he used a 16340. Barrel flashlights. The reason they use 16340 is because they have this sleeve system in there, and if they used an 18350, it'd be fat as fuck. So they don't. Or maybe then the McClicky wouldn't work or something. I don't fucking know. But I've never seen somebody just make a nice 16340, like a little bit of a slimmer flashlight that uses that battery. I think that could work, but you know, you're not getting the best battery life, but I would still be fine with it. What do you have against brown? I don't know. I just don't like brown shirts. I don't look good in brown shirts. I like green. Although green and brown, I kind of like that combo, I guess. I don't know. Sever7, what up, dog? Brown Sugar, what up? Robin Dallum, what's up? What's up, what's up? Is the door code? No. That'd be funny. Tease, what up? I realize I'm delayed as hell. I didn't check Nick's IG, and it is blue anno scales with looks like stonewash blade. There you go. I think he's doing it with a few, so he might have a belt satin version, and you're just gonna have to check the website when they come out, I guess. 18500, 2040. Yeah, I think 2040. They have. I have one here that I kept. This is a high discharge rate one, so it's 15 continuous discharge rate, 25 amp max. So this one you could get a lot of juice out of. It's only 1500 milliamp hours though. So you're not getting a whole ton more than you're getting on a 18350, and compared to a 18650, like this one has 3000 milliamp hours on this 18650. But here's the size. You know, so I think the reason why you don't see a lot of 18500s is because of the trade-off, I guess. I just think it's a good size. I don't know. Because I could, let me just show you a comparison. So here's all three, right? So you had, yeah. Let me see if I can put them on something. Why do I always end up having to show you guys something like this and then I don't have anything to hold it up with? So there you go. All right. 18350, 18500, 18650. So I think the thought process is, if you're going to go bigger, why not go this big and get a shit ton more juice, right? But if they develop better batteries, like it sounds like maybe you found one, what's the max discharge rate on that? Because I need, you know, the fact that this is 15 amp 25 max is sick, because the 18350 is going to max out at 10, I think. Yeah, 10 max continuous discharge, right? Where this one's hitting 15, and it's got that 25 max. I don't know what that means exactly, but I know it's at least 15. The 18650, I don't know what it is for that, but I think that an 18350 flashlight, it's just like they're so short that it's like, I don't really get it. Like, it would not make a difference to me personally if it was this much bigger. it would be this size, right? So it would be the size of a 14500 light, but it would just be thicker. And I would be perfect. Like, I'm fine with this size. I don't want something this long. That's what you end up with when you go 18650. So I don't know. I think they just haven't developed enough like good batteries for the size, and that's why you don't see it. But maybe it's coming around. I don't know. I haven't used an 18350 in forever because I got rid of all those lights because I started to enjoy the 18 or the 14500 more. It just carries better, you know. Power tools and pool cleaners. That's right. I got into that for a little bit too. I only had one pool cleaner come in this year, and I wasn't all obsessed with it because I got the one I wanted last year, and I'm kind of settled on it. And it's not like I want to collect fucking pool vacuums. Power tools, though, I do like power tools. Yeah, I definitely go hard. That's for sure. Skip ahead again. What's the story with the bit drivers you're making? They're coming soon, dude. It's just been a process. They took forever to get made, and then I have to package all of them, and I have to label the tubes, and so it's a whole process. Like, we got to put them together. But I'm hoping I can knock all that out this weekend, and hopefully we can drop them next week. Maybe was my thinking, and we'll just kind of send out an email and do the drop, and then just kind of do it low key, not send a bunch of them out and have a bunch of dealers. We'll just have them on our website, and if people want to buy them, cool. If not, then we'll know we don't need to do bit drivers again. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. We only have 100 of them, 50 just drivers and 50 with the set. And we have a few different finishes. So, and we actually right now only have 80 of them because the mirror polished ones had to go back to get good screw to refinish because they packaged them just like everything else and they got scratched up. They had the Arcfeld Pros on their website. Do you have a link for that flashlight that irons the shirts? No, I don't. Sorry. It's the Arcfeld. So yes, actually, I do have a link. Let's see. Learn more. What the hell am I looking at right now? Are they doing a live stream like right at this current moment that I'm watching all of a sudden? This is so confusing. Arc Pro series. Oh, okay. So they do have them out. Let me just confirm because they, they have like whatever. What do they call that when you have like a date that you can't show shit or whatever? Olight series. No, see, it says November 12th. So it says Arc Pro series video can be posted on November 15th. So I don't know. They're showing them early again. I don't fucking know, dude. That's confusing to me. But I will wait till then just to be safe. They're cool though. They are cool. So definitely worth checking out. I'll put a video up. They also sent me some new O sites. So they have green coming out. Or maybe they're out. I don't even know. Again, I'm not sure. They have green red dots now. Let me see if they're advertising those yet. So Osite X. Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like they're advertising that yet. But yeah, they have a green Osite X and a green Osite SE coming out. I just put the X green dot on I just put a upper together, a 300 blackout build with a 1 in 5 twist, and I just threw that on. It's a 9-inch barrel. I figured I could test one out on a rifle to see how it does. Yeah, we're getting there, Kelly. I got the stickers in, so now I can actually like ship them and include the stickers and shit that come with them. So if you want to hit me up tomorrow or something, we could probably figure something out and get that one out to you that you want. I do have to figure out pricing because that's another thing we have to decide on. Yeah, embargo date. Thank you. That's another reason I want to sell them directly. We were going to sell some to dealers, but I think they're just going to be too expensive to do that because if we sell to dealers, we have to tack on, they have to make 30%. So we have to tack on some pricing for that. And I think that's going to push it a little too much. I think they'd end up being like $150 if we, like, just for the driver, if we did it with dealers. Where if we sell them ourselves, I think we can price it at like 120, and then you can do 10% off. So it'd be just over 100 for the driver. And then the set might be like 200. And again, you could use a code and it'd be more like 180. I think it's still a lot of money, but it's more reasonable. But if we use dealers, then it's like 150 and 225, or I don't fucking know, something like that. Yeah, dude, I wish they were free. If I could still make money off of free, I would I would do it. But we got to make some money. At some point, we want to do this full time. And we got to make money to do that. But we try to keep everything reasonable, The package you sent me got delayed by that horrible UPS plane accident. Oh, shit, dude. Was it in the fucking plane that blew up? Because then it didn't get delayed, dude. It got blown up and it gone. But yes, that is sad. I'm assuming there was 2 or 3 guys on board since it was a UPS plane. Luckily, I mean, not, we don't want anybody to die, but luckily it wasn't a passenger plane. Yeah, that was wild. I saw the video. I never know what to believe though, like how real these videos are, because I've seen videos of like the most random shit. And I thought it was real for a second. I'm like, wait, that's AI, but it looks so good sometimes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was AI too. So it's been confirmed that that was a real video and there was 3 guys on board. That sucks. What are you talking about the bit driver and the bit holder? I was talking about hopefully releasing them next week. Or are you asking, have you seen it? I don't know. You've probably seen it, Fred. Here it is. This is the driver and the base. So the base is Spinny John. It's like basically a fidget spinner. It has 10 slots with magnets in them. They're all circular because there's magnets. So you don't have to try to put it in the right way. We found out that that was shitty. And then here's the driver. It's got a spinny thing on the back. And then you can take it apart. And there's another bit on the inside. So you can make a mini driver. Or you can use 2 drivers. Or you can just store a bit in there. And then put it back together. A lot of them, you can't even tell it has a seam there. The stonewashed one is the most obvious because it's stonewashed. It accents that part like on purpose. Still looks good, but I happen to have this long Wera bit in it. But they will come with they'll come with a T8. So every one of these, including the ones with the base, will come with 2 bits. They'll come with a T8 in the front, and they'll come with a T6 in the inner body one. I figure T8 and T6 are the most common for people, and the T8 obviously is the most used, and then T6 in here. Originally, I wanted to include bits in the whole thing, but it just was getting so expensive. I just, like, do you guys want 10 bits and paying more, or do you, like, I figured you guys would rather just have the 2 bits and then you can fill the base out however you want. And we all actually have different like preferences. Like I always put 2 T6, 2 T8, 2 T10, 2 T15, a T20. I think a T25. I don't even know if I have a 20 and a 25 in here. And then I do a flathead and a Phillips. And that kind of rounds it out to 10 pieces. Yeah, I figure some people want their own bits. Oh, you have the prototype. Okay, sick. Yeah, I don't even know which one you have. You might have a Remet prototype, which those were nice, but these Get Good Screw ones are even better. Do you have the Splatter Anno one? I think I remember this. You got it at Blade Show, right? Yeah, that is Get Good Screw. Yeah, I should mention that the Splatter Anno ones are going to cost a bit more because it was $40 just for the Splatter Anno. But I thought it was so cool that I figured we'd do it. So the Splatter Anno is probably going to be like $250 for the whole set. Again, you can use a discount, so it'd be $225, but whatever. And the driver alone, how much was that? Oh my God, it was. That one's probably going to be like $150. Maybe I got to figure it out. I really got to sit down and price these out. I've been saying this forever, but we haven't had them ready yet. So by next week, they should be listed on the site with prices, pictures, and everything. And then we'll send emails and drop them at the end of the week. That's my plan. What did you hear? What 300 planes fly through that hub daily? So far, the death toll from that UPS crash is 13. 2 on the plane. Oh, man. Others on the ground. Fuck. 12 confirmed. Jesus Christ. They halted operations at Worldport in Louisville the other night because of it. Damn. That sucks ass. Yeah, they're Weehaw bits. So they'll come with Weehaw bits. Reminder, dibs on the Anno drive set. You told me to remind you. Yeah, you got to remind me like you got to send me an email or DM or something so that I'm not going to remember from this, unfortunately. That's why I always say that, because I don't want to forget. But yeah, if you hit me up, dude, I'll make sure you get one. You just got to hit me up. Once you see the email from us, then you'll know that we have them and I can actually sell you one. Right now, I can only just tell you I can sell you one, but then I could forget. That's why I don't like doing that. I run up to 10 torques very rarely. Do you need any bigger? So I occasionally need a T15 with a knife. For example, a lot of like custom knives use T15 pivots, like the Rosie or I think can't remember if the Brown knives, like the Cortex and stuff, they use a 15, but I've definitely run into 15 quite a bit. And then a lot of gun stuff uses a 20. So there's a lot of M-Lock stuff that uses a T20. So it just depends. And they also use 25. I've had to use a few times. So I have Collins Proto. Okay. Yeah, whatever that means. It could be one of the Remet ones. I'm not sure. I'm just saying, like, if you have one of those, like the ones we're selling are even nicer. The magnets are better. The machining is nicer too, in my opinion. But Remet did a good job. I actually was happy with them. I don't need splatter, brother. Okay. You don't need splatter. That's up to you, man. I'll get with you tomorrow after I get back on the doctor's appointment, bank, etc. Okay. Got my new Tri-Stash V2 dark mode. It goes nice with the Tri-Stash or the Tri-State V2 Piss Ultim that I have. Okay. Nice, man. That's what I'd prefer. Bigger the hardware, the better. Yeah. So I tend to agree, but I also disagree at the same time. Here's an example right here. So why do I disagree? Okay. This is the N1 Cornerstone, right, from Numb Knives. I did the disassembly on this. When you take this knife apart, now, if you take it apart all the way like I did, not if you're just swapping bearings or doing a routine cleaning. If you're doing routine maintenance, you need 2 bits. T10 on the pivot, T8 on the body screw, okay? But if you take it down completely, T6, T8, T10. You need 3 fucking bits, okay? And what happens to me every time with a knife like this, where they have a T10 pivot and then T8 everything else, I take the knife apart. It's fine, right? Because I'm like, oh, okay, T10. And then I switch to T8 for body screws. When I put it back together, every fucking time I stick a T8 in here to tighten it down, and I fucking turn it, and I just spin the bit inside of there and scratch up the fucking screw. It happens every time. Luckily, this one has DLC, so it didn't do anything. But to me, I think, my opinion, I should say, is unless you're going to have T10 body screws, just give me a T8 pivot. I don't want the T10 pivot with the T8 body screws because I'd rather just use one fucking bit for the whole disassembly, right? T8 is, unless you put a retarded amount of Loctite, T8 is just fine. It's not going to strip out easily. Like, I don't have problems with that. Not personally, because I'm smart. If I feel a ton of resistance, I get a soldering iron and I heat the fucker up and then I break it loose. You know, like people who stick their driver in there and they just fucking try to like break the Loctite when it's fucking super glued shut or whatever with Loctite, or there's gallons of it in there. they strip out the T8, right? They'd probably strip out the T10 or a T15 too, you know? But that is where a T10 or T15 is better. When it's Loctited to hell, you can still kind of break it and not fuck up your screw. So I get it, but at the same time, it just makes the disassembly more complicated, and potentially I'm going to stick a T8 in there. Most likely I'm going to do that. Or I'm going to stick a T10 into a body screw. It's just like, you know. And then the opposite of that, though, is if you have T6 body screws, which if you have T6 body screws, you better have a damn good reason. And the damn good reason for me, if you've ever seen a T6 on a Divo, is the OEM refused to use T8. That's the only reason we would use a T6. Or it's like a tiny screw holding in an insert or something that like you have to use something small, like a frame screw under a scale. Riot will use T6s a lot because the T8 would make the head too brittle and it would just break. But there's got to be a good reason, right? But anyway, if you have T6 body screws, 100% I want a T8 pivot. So like it seems sort of hypocritical, right? Like, oh, you want a T8 with T6s, but you don't want a T10 with T8s. But that's because a T8 is good enough, and I'd rather have it be one bit for everything. So like on Divo knives, for the most part, you should only need a T8 bit to do the majority of your maintenance across all Divos, right? There is the occasional T6 for very small frame screws or something, but it's the exception, you know what I mean? Not the rule. So that's my theory on that. Don't know if anybody agrees or not, but it is what it is. It be what it be, man. But anyway, the point is, the majority of us, which is what I have to factor in when putting these kits together, the majority of us are going to need a T8 90% of the time, and the second most popular is going to be a T6 because you're going to get a Concept or you're going to get a Kaiser where they fucking use T6s still for no fucking reason, okay? It's going to be less likely you need a T10 or a T15, but there are going to be those people. But guess what? Those people, they have their own bits that they like, and they're going to be fine. You know what I mean? Most people in that category are like me, and they have fucking, 70 goddamn T8s, T6s, T10s, T15s, right? I have a shit ton of all of them. And then I even have like experimental bits I'm trying out because I'm weird. So anyway, enough about that shit. Yeah, T6s suck. I agree. What's up, Dog One? How you doing, man? Roman, what up, man? I should probably give away one of these sets of Rosecraft. So let's do that. StreamYard giveaway. Like I said, I'm just going to do 3 giveaways, and you get 2 knives. I just don't want to do that many. So I'm just going to I got to come up with something here. The first set of knives is the Waya and the Joka. Let me just make sure I have just the OG and the Tarkanus. And then we have the Walleye and the Tarcona. Okay. So, yeah, they're all different. So this one's going to be hashtag. Well, it could be the same one, right? I'll just do hashtag Rosecraft. I'm going to start collecting. So you guys can do hashtag Rosecraft. And I do want to just talk to you guys about that for a second. because I wanted to run something by you. I've kind of already decided, but let me just hold on a second. Can I make my no? I want to do the opposite, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Where'd all the layouts go? What is this shit? What did I do? Oh, add item. Okay. Hang in there, guys. I don't know what you see right now, but all right. So I'm gonna make this big. Make me big, of course. Of course, I want to be big, dog. That's still pretty big. And then I'll do a media slot down here. We'll have a little overlap. That's not bad. I don't want it to be too small, you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys can see this, but giveaway layout. All right, let me try that. There we go. So this is my new giveaway layout. So you can see we have hashtag Rosecraft there. So, all right, here's my little spiel. Okay, I've had, and I want your guys' opinions. Okay, so wait, let me catch up real quick. T8 minimum on pivot for me. I like the matching T8. I'm okay with T6 if I have to, but prefer it to match. Yeah, if I get T6s, I want that tooling to be fucking gnarly, dude. Like I want that bit to get stuck in there. Like a loose T6 is literally the worst thing in the world. T6 is only for the lock bar insert. Now I want a T8 on my lock bar insert, even like unless you can't fit a T8 on the lock bar insert, I want a T like I don't want a T6 there either, unless you can't fit it. You know what I mean? I missed the Weeha 10-pack 6 bits. Oh, they have them, dude. Check this. Go on Amazon, dude. They have them right now. I bought a bunch of these for the drivers. I got a bunch of the T6s and the T8s. They actually they didn't have the 30-pack anymore of the T8s. They only had 10 packs of T8, and then they had T6s too, which was cool. Let me know if you need a link. I can find it for you. All right, I was trying to catch up. Sorry. Sick. You guys are doing the Rosecraft. Okay, so I'm catching up. T6 is up there with divorce. So here's the thing, all right? I've had a couple of brands reach out to me. I did say yes to them. They wanted to essentially sponsor a live stream, right? Rosecraft is not one of them. I decided to do this because I thought it made sense. They sent me a bunch of knives. I wanted to give them away. The easiest way is to do a live stream. I think me rewarding them by talking about it on a live stream and giving them away is fair, right? They didn't pay me or anything. They obviously sent me knives, but I'm passing around half and I'm giving away half. When those get back, I'll either give them away or sell them later on Whatnot or whatever for half the price, which will be nothing. So, I'm not getting anything really out of it. But I've had Olight and I've had Concept reach out to me and want to sponsor a live stream. One of them offered to pay me for it. They were asking what's your rate or whatever for a live stream. And I told them I didn't want any money that way. I said, you could pay me 10% of sales if anybody buys a knife during the live stream or something, right? So if you guys use my code during the live stream, then I'll get a little extra commission than I normally do. But I didn't want them to like pay me to do the live stream, you know. First off, I have no idea what I would ask them to pay me. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that because they're just like sponsoring a live stream. Like, what's wrong with that? They want to give away shit, you know, like I don't know. I don't really see that as shilling if I tell you about it. You know, if I was like, hey, they paid me to talk about them on this live stream and give away their knives. I don't know. I wouldn't feel too scummy about that, but I just have I have a thing where I just won't take money from a company for anything on the channel because I just don't want it to be, I don't want to even have it get close to feeling like I'm taking money to say good things, you know? So anyway, there's a couple of brands, Olight and Concept. They're going to be sending in a bunch of knives or flashlights. And then I'm going to do a live stream. And I'm going to be, basically, we'll just be, mostly it'll be about them because I'll have the product here. And then I'll do giveaways like this. Basically be like this live stream where I'm giving away the Rose Crafts, talking about them or whatever. So yeah. So Olight wanted to send a bunch of Arc Pros to give away to you guys. And Concept wanted to send Fenrir button locks. So I guess they have a new Concept Fenrir button lock. So it's the more premium knife. I did tell them that I don't like button locks and I'd rather check out the top liner lock. But then they explained that like the top liner lock is the tenable, like the budget company version. They also have a button lock version, but then the one they're talking about is the more premium Concept button locks. So I asked them to send me some of each because I'd personally like to see how they did on the top liner lock ones. And then I figured you guys would probably like the Concept button lock ones because they'll be a little nicer. So they're going to send those. So there'll probably be like 2 live streams this month where I do that. So like, let's say next week I'll have Concepts and we'll talk about those. And then Black Friday week or something, we'll do the Olight one. So Mayor Stowe, you can skip that one if you want. But anyway, I just wanted to mention it to you guys so you weren't wondering like, why is he doing all these giveaway live stream things? I don't plan on like advertising the shit out of it or anything. I'm not a big fan of that. Like, and maybe that's what they want, so maybe it's not the best thing for them. But I'll probably talk about it. I don't like doing that. Like, hey, come to my live stream just for giveaways, you know. Like today, I mentioned it in the video about these, but you know, you had to watch the video a little bit to hear that. It wasn't like I made the video just to tell you to come to the live stream to get these. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Did I miss any of these? No, I think I got all of those. Okay. The top liner lock tenable Fenrir is nice. I can send you mine if you don't have one. No, it's cool. They're sending me a couple, I think. Yeah, that's why I wanted to try that one because they sent me the button lock, and I just don't like button locks all that much. There's the occasional one that's done well and it's fine, but for the most part, button locks are just not as good as a top liner lock would be. Merceau's marking his calendar, yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly the dates, but maybe one will be a Saturday and one will be a Thursday. I don't know. I mean, it's good for you guys. You can win stuff, more stuff than I would normally give away. So yeah, they dragged me back in. It's funny. All right, let's do this. 47 entries, so that's for these two, the Weya and the Joka. Well, let me I guess I'll show you the knives first. Can I shrink it back? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, there it is. Okay. So these are the two knives that you will win if you win this giveaway. This is the Joka. These are all in AR RPM 9 steel. This one's designed by Andy Armstrong. It's got thumb studs and a flipper tab. They're made by CJRB, and they did a good job on these. I mean, for the price points, I think this one's $30 right now. If you go over there, the QR code's up here. You know, with shipping, I guess it's $39, but it's still not bad for a very solid knife. You know, this one does have proud liners. That it seems to be a very bad theme right now in the knife world. These Chinese brands are doing a lot of proud liners. It has to be a cost-saving measure because of tariffs or something. They're doing the proud liners to try to get around the, you know, keeping the prices the same or whatever. But I don't know what else the reason would be. I mean, there's no good reason to do proud liners over nested, in my opinion. But, you know. Maybe this one was the Joker. Sorry. Yeah, this one's the Joker. The other one was the Weya. My bad. I like this one. Kind of like a katana looking thing. This one's also Andy Armstrong. Makes sense. So this is our Andy Armstrong package so far. Yes, I've noticed that from many of the manufacturers. Yeah. I don't know what the point is of that. So what you will, about RPM 9, take it 15 degrees on a TS Prof. It'll do the paper towel thing. Okay. Okay, so those are the two. I should probably put these together. I'll put a little sticky note on it so I know who it goes to. All right. The winner on this one is, can you guys see it? Let me make it big for you. Let me clear out some of these damn tabs. I have so many tabs. Okay, here we go. Oh, dog won, dude. The dog. The dog. So let me see. Well, let me leave it up for a minute. Make sure he's here and sees it. Dog won. Are they made by Artisan? Yeah, they're made by CJRB, Artisan, whatever. I mean, I'm assuming anyway. Largest tax increase on Americans in history. Let's see. I wet the bed. He says the funniest shit, dude. Dude, that's the other one I have here, I think, the Marauder Mini. It's a freaking monster. I'm actually excited to test that one. Do some beam shot footage. I might go to that park I used to go to. That would be fun. Let's see. All right. So he saw it. We're good to go there. Let me back up on this. We'll have to add a new. So for the next one, I don't know if I can do the same thing. Let me try. I don't see why I can't. Yeah, it looks like it counted some of the previous ones too. 3 of them. So that's kind of cool. So I'll just keep doing Rosecraft. So the next 2 will be the Terracona and the Walleye. I don't know why anybody would care. Probably going to go in on it anyway. But let me, where's it? Dog 1, 2, 1. In case I lose track. I think if you buy 50 or more, the shipping is free. Is that Rosecraft? That's good to know. Time is at 11:18. Yeah. I didn't want to run too long tonight, so I'll probably do these a little faster. But I did want to show you guys the Romette knives that came in. So I'm going to put the thing away for a second. I don't know what that was. So I can focus on this. But these are the Romette prototypes, essentially, samples of the bender. This is a Divo design. Romette is it's branded for Romette because it's their knife. They licensed it from us. So this is the bender. This one has DLC. This is 6.7. So here you go. DLC on the blade here. I'm not sure. I don't think the handle is DLC or the clip, which I actually prefer. I like the darker black of PVD, honestly. But you got these like gold accents on here. There's their logo on the pivot. You got the pivot collars. So the biggest change we wanted was we wanted it to be a hollow grind, and they nailed it. Detent is money. Here is the bender. And look at this hollow grind. It is, see if I can get it. I got to show you how slicey this thing is. Can you see how thin that tip gets? Like, this is going to be a slicey bitch, dude. It is beautiful, too. They did, I don't have a fucking cloth. I'm using my shirt. Fuck it. Trying to get a good look at the blade finish. I think it's DLC. It looks like a DLC finish. It's just not like belt satin or anything. It looks too nice to be PVD. So I'm gonna assume that is DLC, but I'm gonna just fucking go for it and scratch the shit out of it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if this is DLC, folks. Okay. I might be wrong, so can you see the scratches? Right there. So let's see if those come off. Yep, it's DLC. So they're gone. You're going to see a discoloration. That's just because the The scale is dry now. The oil's gone because I wiped it, but you can see there's no scratches now. At least, yeah, there's nothing there. So if I take a cloth, let me open up one of these boxes of cloths that I have. Oh, yeah, it's a slicey bitch. That's going to be nice. So I got to send these fucking cloths out to the dealers. We ordered 3,000 cloths like at the beginning of the year. And apparently we need every single one of them by the time we get through the growler, the bit driver, the lush, and the saloon. Will be completely out of cloths. We go through a shit ton of fucking cloths. So if you take some alcohol and wipe down the whole blade, you'll see it's now uniform. More uniform. That's just streaky from the alcohol. So sometimes DLC kind of looks like not as nice because it's kind of gray. What you can do is take like Wicked Wax or something, or just oil, and you can basically just lubricate your DLC. Show you here. You do not, oh man, that fucker is sharp, dude. You do not need a lot of this. Like I barely stick my finger in there. That's definitely what fucking he said or she said. So let me see. I don't want the alcohol here, but I just want to. So now, after I put a little bit of that wax on there, get my finger gunk out of here. Now it looks black again. So anyway, this looks fucking mean, dude. The hollow grind and the swedging looks so much better than it did on the first sample they did. Yeah, this is going to be a sick one, dudes. The action feels great. Thumb flick. Detent is super early. You can see it's right there. So that's where it hits the detent. So basically all you got to do is disengage the lock. It's going to pass that. Dead nuts. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. And they fixed all the hot spots. Like the clip was kind of a hot spot in the back here. It's internally mounted. I did ask them if they could make lefties so we could keep the internally mounted right side only clip and then just do lefties. They said they could, so we'll see if they actually do it for their production run. I hope so. But that's the DLC one. That one looks sick. Let me put away this oil or wax. I use Gator Shield for that. I think better than wax. There you go. When do they come out? I don't know, man. I literally, these are the samples they sent me. I think these are just like I think they only made a few for us to check them out. I don't think it's like they made a run of them or anything, but I assume if we say they're good that they'll go ahead with production. So hopefully, early next year or something, but I actually have no clue. Here's the next one. I only have two. This one's like a dark black. This is a weird finish they do. I don't know what it is. It's like a dark blast, but then it has like this stonewashing over it or something. It's like a dark stonewasher or something. I don't know. Purple accents. And this one has some kind of frost finish blade. It's interesting. I like belt satin, but I'm not going to complain about this. I think it's nice. Again, you have that sick hollow grind. Super slicey tip. Definitely what he said. I believe it's S90V. I did tell them we didn't want M390, but I mean, it is kind of up to them. But I think it's S90V or something like that. Is it an inset lock? Let me see what they did. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't remember how we designed it. It's an inset tab lock, so like there's no you can see there's no lock bar. It's not like a liner, but you can see the lock bar down here. You can see part of it where it's under the backspacer there. So it's mounted down at the bottom. It's very similar to the MASH, if you've ever seen the MASH construction. And we did that because we just like to have knives that you don't have to worry about frame lock pressure at all. It's just nice. But yeah, they feel good. They did a great job on these updates. And you have Vox jimping. I don't know if that was there or we added that, but that feels good. You could choke up. It's a good size knife. Like it's in the middle. Like here's a stout. I think it's about the same size, 3 1/4 or 3.3. Stout and Bender. Yep. So they're the same size. 3.3-inch blade, 7.5 inches overall. I think that's like a sweet spot. Works for everybody. Try that again. I just didn't have any leverage. Trying to hold it up. The detent feels great. Yeah. Can I thumb flick it better right-handed? Yeah. So you can thumb flick it better right-handed because you have access. So like on this side, you have more access. On this side, you have less. So it's just a little harder to get your thumb in there left-handed and flick it out. But if they make lefties, then I assume it would be the opposite. So we'll see. But that's the Bender, guys. So that one's finally kind of getting there. Let's see. What's the blade length? Just answered that. 3.3 inches. Need a left-handed one. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll do it. No, the blade is DLC. The handle, I think, is PVD on that black one. Yeah, it's not bead blast. They did when we did the prototypes with them. They did a bead blast handle, and that looked nice. If you check out my video on it, just search Divo Bender. You'll see the prototypes from Remet. We also did prototypes like years ago with Best Tech, but we just didn't want to pay Best Tech prices. But anyway, Remet did one bead blast, and it looks great. This is like a dark blast, but not. It's like a dark stonewash. I don't like it on it, if I'm being honest. Pretty sure it's S90V. At least that's what the prototype we initially did was. So I assume they stuck with that. That'd be nice. The saloon is coming soon. We have half of them. We're just waiting on the other half to come in. They're sitting in the port waiting for clearance or whatever. Yeah, the purple would look good with the DLC. If they let us choose some stuff, then yeah, we'll probably go with the purple and DLC version. But if they want to decide everything, then, you know, it's up to them. They licensed it, so. What's up, Gareth? Let me pull the winner on this latest giveaway. I'll show you guys the knives. So if you guys want in on this, just put hashtag Rosecraft in the live chat. This one is the Tarcona. Another Andy Armstrong. This one's pretty nice. I like this one quite a bit. None of them have the best lock bar access. That's kind of always a thing with CJRB knives, actually, because they're so thin. They can make them so thin, and their lock bars are always stupid thin. They always seem to be more difficult to disengage, for me anyway. But that's the Tarcona. And then I think we had the Walleye, I think. Walleye. This one is a Swags design. It's got like a green and black G10. Whatever greenish gold pivot collar. I think it's aluminum. Coat hanger. Deployment hole. And then it has like a sheep's foot blade. It's kind of weird. It looks like a reverse Tanto from here. But then you look at it and you're like, it's crazy looking. Don't like the finger choil in the handle. I wish it was up here. But you guys know me by now. Again, lock bar access, not the best. Left-handed, it's real easy. That is the other one, the Walleye. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the winner on that one. Not what I meant to do. Okay, here we go. 50 entries. What do we got? Oh, AOA Blood Garm. There we go. Congrats. Bring that down. There's our winner. Hey, Life Survival EDC has been a member for a month. Shout out to you, dude. Appreciate you. And here we go. Oh, crap. That's me. Awesome. 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 I don't think you've ever won one of my giveaways before, so that's sick. Number 1, AOA Blood. Oops. Blood Hogarm. I don't know how you pronounce that, so I apologize. I'm butchering that. 2 AOA. All right. You and Dog One, make sure you guys email me, leftyedc88@gmail.com, and shoot me your address, and I'll get this out to you. Put my email in the chat now for you if you don't have it. So you can send me that email. It's the only way I'm going to know where to ship it. If you talk to me on Instagram or something, you can always hit me up there, but I prefer an email. That's how I keep track of things I need to do. So, yeah, sick. Congrats on that. We have one more set of knives to give away, which is cool. It's a character from a book series. Thanks, man. Oh, really? What's the book series? Thank you, Pretty Fly. I appreciate you, man. I will start another one here. And I'm just going to go back and do the same thing again because apparently that worked. Well, I won't even capitalize it this time. I don't think it makes a difference, but there we go. We got 10 entries already. It's picking up some of your previous ones. The Inheritance series. Okay. I don't know anything about that, but sounds cool. I haven't read a book series like that in a while. I used to be into a lot of reading, just don't have time. Get my little seltzer. Ah, fuck. I didn't realize I shook it up that much. Whoops. What I was trying to tell you is I usually get mineral water from Walmart. We do like a Walmart delivery order every week. Makes it a lot easier than having to go to the store with kids or try to sneak away for one of us to go. And I always get packs of their mineral water because that's the water I like to drink. I don't like drinking just plain water. And the last like two or three times I've ordered it, I'll order like 5 of these 6-packs of mineral water from Walmart. And the last 2 times they've been flat and they've been expired. So I have to get a refund, and then I have to pour out every single bottle and recycle it. And it's the most annoying thing in the world. So I was trying to find somewhere else to get it. And I went on Amazon, believe it or not. And I found some options. I ended up just going with what's it called? It's not Perrier, it's the other one. Perrier is horrible. I really don't like Perrier. But the other one is the one I went with. Italian or French one, the popular one. But I found this on Amazon for like really cheap. And it's made in Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. It's called Saratoga Sparkling. And it's actually pretty good. So it's just spring water and carbonation. And it's from Bangor, PA, or Bangor, PA. Not sure how you say that exactly. Greenwaltz Springs. So it's pretty cool. And they were really cheap. Pellegrino, that's the one I got. Yeah. That's the one. And Pellegrino is good. You would think that all water is equal, but it is not. There's a lot that are horrible. Like I found one on Amazon that was stupid expensive, and I just wanted to try. It was like $18 for a 6-pack, and it was called like Berga something. It's from the country of Georgia, from some spring there or something, and it is horrible. It has a weird aftertaste. I tried to get Topo Chico, but they didn't have it. They canceled it from my order. And the other problem with that is it's glass, and they're like, maybe they are 16 ounces, but I don't want glass bottles because I have kids, and my kid steals my drink all the time. She really likes seltzer too. I should say my daughter, one of my kids. Evian is PS is not available. Evian. I don't know what you're saying. I love Evian. It has like a interesting taste to it, and I like that taste. I don't know. It's weird. I guess it's from the spring or whatever. I just bought some of that in Whole Foods. What? The Saratoga stuff or the Georgian stuff? There's one kind like Whole Foods, Walmart, Costco they have a thing of mineral water. They come in these 16-ounce bottles, I think. And it's like the Kirkland brand mineral water, Italian sparkling mineral water. And that's that, the Walmart brand one, I think it's called Better Goods or something, and then the Whole Foods one, they're all the same. They're all, if you look at the bottle, they're all from the same exact source in Italy. I figured that out. And so whenever I go to Costco, I just grab a couple of those 24 packs, and it's great, but I can't go there all the time. And I go through these obviously quickly. I'll drink a case or case and a half in a week. Maybe 2 cases actually. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so I've been trying to just find like good ones that obviously can't be glass, and I want it to be mineral water. I like the low mineral content mineral water that's sparkling. It's like really specific. When it's like just purified water, like Perrier, I think is just like purified water with carbon dioxide in it. This is not as good. If Poland Springs is not available, you get Evian. Okay. That's just water, though. Topo Chico spell? Yeah, you got it right. It's just 2 words. Yeah. Topo Chico is fine, but I don't need it in a glass. That's fucking weird. LaCroix is good. Waterloo, yeah. As of late, I like the ones without flavor, honestly. Are we going down this wet hole? Yes, of course we are. 2 bones from Life Survival EDC. If I had the option, should I do a knife with a OEM? If you have the option. I mean, dude, that's a loaded question, man. What do you mean? Like, are they licensing a design from you? Are you paying an OEM? That's how I take OEM. Like, you're paying them and they're going to make it for you. Can you sell them? There's a lot of questions. What's the design? Gerolsteiner from Germany has the most minerals. Yeah, I don't really want the most minerals, I don't think. I think that's what made that Georgian one taste like shit. I have never seen an Evian sparkling water, though. I've looked for it. I've never seen one, but maybe it's real. I don't know. I know Poland Springs has one. I have the design ability. Well, then fucking design the knife, dude. What do you mean? If you can do it, dude. If that's what you want. Like, if you've always wanted to have your own design out there being made, fucking do it. Nothing's stopping you, man, especially if somebody's going to license it. The question is, are you talking about like having it made and then selling it yourself? Because then you have to think about the other side of things. Like, can you sell the knives? Just because you have a cool looking knife doesn't necessarily mean you can sell enough of the knives. So there's a whole aspect to that. You got to have relationships with dealers. You got to, or you got to have people following you so you can sell them directly. There's a lot of different factors there. But if you're licensing a design, then they're doing that for you and you're getting obviously less, but it's a great way to break into the industry for sure. Eternal water, I've never heard of it. The highest amount of forever chemicals? What the fuck does that mean? Does not sound good. Yeah, that's the other reason I don't like Topo Chico is it's Mexican. I don't trust a water from Mexico. That just seems like a bad idea. I have tried it, but it wasn't good enough for me to keep getting that. If you're talking about just the water, Evian's fantastic, dude. It has this great aftertaste to it. Whereas some have terrible aftertaste. Fiji's really good too. Or Fuji, I forget, whichever one. I could sell the knives 100. Whatnot. Wait, what? I don't know. So high quality H2O. Needle dick. Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher. She's the devil. You talking to that girl. She's the devil. I could sell anything on Whatnot. Dude, Whatnot's sick, dude. It really is, man. But I don't know if I could sell something I had to sell at a certain margin. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing it as a business, like that's your only business or whatever, like you're a dealer or something, you can't just like sell the knives like I do for whatever. Like I go on Whatnot and then I just take whatever I get, right? And it's great because I don't, I don't care. But if you're a dealer and you paid 40% or whatever for the knife, so you got to make 30% on top of what you paid. Now there's just a lot more riding on it. You got to get more for the knife. I don't know how well that goes on Whatnot, unless you're very good at it or you have really like good knives that people want or popular knives at the time. No, I know you can set a price, but are the people buying it? You know, when it's at actual retail price? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they totally just were reaching out to everybody. Trust me, nobody wants you on Whatnot, dude. Sorry, I was trying to keep a straight face. Yeah, I'm guessing they were just reaching out to everybody early on, man. They did keep bugging me though. They fucking hammered me for like 2 years. It felt like maybe it was a year, but it felt like 2. And I eventually caved and tried it because people kept telling me how awesome it was, and it's fucking awesome, dude. Like the last one I did a couple of weeks ago, I made like $5,000. I mean, yeah, I think I shipped out 60 knives or something, but still, like it's so much easier than trying to post all those knives on a video or on a website or wherever, and then having to deal with all the communications of people who want to buy them, and then they're lowballing you, and then whatever. You go on Whatnot, you do the thing. I was on there for 3 hours, right? Did the auctions for, I think it was like 50 auctions or something in 3 hours. And then they fucking do all the back end shit. All I got to do is go on the website and create and print labels. Takes you 5 minutes. And then obviously you got to pack and ship all the fucking knives. But like, it was $5,000 and I probably did everything in 6 or 7 hours total between the live stream and the packing and shipping of everything. Obviously you got to have something to sell. I just had a shit ton of stuff on my shelf that came back from pass around. So people get really good prices on stuff. I get money for the channel. It's great. You know, I don't know about like people who do it like dealers. Again, I don't know how that goes. I know Blade City's killing it on there. And whatever, Blade Runner HQ or Outpost or whatever. But I don't know how the average kind of guy trying to do it selling as a dealer does. That's all I'm saying. No, like I wasn't selling Divos, bless, or Donnie. I was selling like knives that came in for review and then I pass them around, and then I get them back. And I don't keep those. I don't just put them in my knife case. Like, I know a lot of guys have like 800 fucking knives and they can compare everything in a video. Like, I don't give a shit about that. I have a ruler. And I have Divos. I can fucking, you know, I can promote the Divos in the comparison stuff. But like my shelf fills up with those knives. And then, like, what am I going to do with them? So dude, fucking 3 hour whatnot stream, boom, get rid of the whole shelf and bring in some cash. Like it's fucking, dude, it really is nice. You should try it. No, I know you were kidding. I'm just explaining. Anyway, Donnie is definitely doing an O knife collaboration, that's for sure. Yes, ran up 1,500 last 3 weeks. Wait, are you saying you sold 1,500 on Whatnot, or are you saying you spent 1,500 bucks the last 3 weeks on Whatnot? It is definitely too easy to spend money on there. Um, I had somebody, you might be here, I don't know. I had somebody who they bought that Get Good screwdriver off me, and then they hit me up later. I had already packed it up and like labeled it and dropped everything off. And they were like, "Yeah, my kid fucking hit the button. He really wanted that driver." And I was like, "Fuck," you know. Um, it's just real easy to spend money on there. Oh, yeah, you spend it. Okay, that makes sense. You're gonna clone your shit. Like you're gonna take your poop out of the toilet and you're gonna clone it, and then what? Try to sell it or sniff it or something? Just kidding. Dude, you could license a couple designs. Who cares? You can sell customs and still have you can have the Ripley, and then you can also have a Ripley production model with Kaiser or whatever that you get royalties off of. Why not? They're not the same market. You're not losing anybody. Like people who are going to spend money on your custom are not going to buy the $100 knife. You could also do it yourself and like pay an OEM to do a production run of one of your designs. You know, a lot of guys do that, and the goal, like, look at Sparrow Knife Co. He did production runs to fund a machine, and he did it. He was able to buy a CNC machine with that money, and now he's learned how to use it, and he's starting to make mid techs. So you know, you could always do something like that. Sniffing only. Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, bro. Hey, can I ask you what your logo is? I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I think it's a sideways nose that's blowing out of the nostrils. That's what I see. Now that I'm looking at it closer, is it like a ghost with lasers? What do you guys think? You see his logo? Is it a ghost with lasers or a nose that's blowing out of the nostrils? Okay, it is a ghost with laser beams. Okay. Does anybody else see the nos? Does anybody else see the nose? Like, look at my big ass nose like this. Like, if I snorted red laser beams, that's what it would look like. It's not oriented. I know, dude. I just every time I look at it, the first thing I think of is a nose. Like, don't ask me why. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's a ghost with lasers. Fuck yeah, dude. You got that dual logo shit, man. You know, you see one thing and then you see another. Oh, you've seen it on a shirt. I need readers. The shark with friggin' laser beams attached to their heads. Cyclops ghost? Well, no, it clearly has two. All right, let's do this last one, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I still got to work a little bit tomorrow. I plan on going to the range, hopefully tomorrow afternoon. And I need to test these AR uppers that I have. Just trying to get them to run, then I can make videos and shit on them. But honestly, I have not had time to like go to the range for 4 hours and film shit. Like, it's fucking brutal. Anyway, nobody gives a shit. Let me make this big, and then we will pull the giveaway. $58 entries. Here we go. Oh, I never showed you the knives. I'll show you after. Sorry. This one is the OG and the Tarkanus. The Dark Anus. Hey, on the edge, EDC. What's up, dude? Look, he just said he was too old for taking up a new course. It'd be no good online. No personality for it. Well, you got some knives now. I got some free knives. Hell yeah. I might go to the range tomorrow. Hell yeah, dude. You need to go to the range? All right. Hell yeah. What uppers? I have a couple of 300 blackout uppers I'm trying to get to run. I had to drill out the gas port and shit on one of them. And fuck with different bolt carrier groups. It's a pain in the ass. And then the other one I put together is a 1-in-5 twist. I wanted one for the big ass subsonics. They're like very similar. One's a 8.5 inch, one's a 9 inch. But yeah, and then I got a lower at my FFL. I got a pickup that I'm gonna build out. I'm excited about that. I haven't done a lower yet. I've just done the 2 uppers now. I'm new to the AR building game. Nah, I'm not reloading. It's just too much work, man. I don't have time for. You need to have time for reloading. That is one thing I just don't have enough time for. Maybe when my kids get a little older and I have free time, which probably never happen. If I ever retire, if I make it that far, I'll probably do it. Maybe like reload, like precision rounds. You know, I don't think I'd ever want to reload like 9mm or 223 or whatever. Like, they're so cheap, just buy them. On the edge. Oh, you want me to show you the knives? I'll show you real quick. I'm sure it's satisfying, but I could see myself forgetting something, like double charging something, or I don't know. This is the OG blue backspacer. I think this is an older model because it has like a different clip. It's like a spring type clip. But that's the OG. And then the other one is the Dark Anus. Come on, get in there, you son of a bitch. Anyway, I call it the Dark Anus. It's the Tarkanus. Hold on. It's got a strong detent. I can't flick it. I think that's just me. There we go. It's my right-handed retardation, apparently. This is actually nice looking. It's another Andy Armstrong design. Pretty straightforward, but I like the look of this one. It also has a flipper tab. No, it doesn't. It has a front flipper. Sorry. I like the budget clip they have with the hole back here instead of vertical. Looks good. So that's the Tarkanus. I think. Is that how you say it? Tarkanus. Yep. Probably some kind of dinosaur creature or something. And that is also on the edge EDC. All right. And shoot me an email, dude. LeftyEDC88@gmail.com. Shoot me your address. I'll get it over to you. Should be able to send it out tomorrow. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you coming out for the live stream. Oh, I thought that was something in my house. I thought it was like a fire alarm. I think somebody's just honking. Yeah. That's it, guys. I'm gonna roll. I gotta get to bed. I got shit to do tomorrow. I'll be back on next Thursday. I'm definitely doing the Thursdays. I just don't know if I can fit in the Saturdays as well. I was doing the every other Saturday on off the edge with Javon, but that might have been taking on too much. So we'll see. I might squeeze in a Saturday here and there, but definitely on Thursdays. And again, we're gonna have a concept live stream, and we're gonna have an Olight live stream where we'll be giving away a bunch of shit. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know if there's any drops coming up, when, where, all that stuff. The only one scheduled right now is the Growler XL on the 20th. Check out whitemountainKnives.com to look at the models or whatever. And you can always hit me up with questions. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll catch you later. Peace and balloons.